You should have seen this geezer. Geared up to fuck and dripping arrogance he was. Diamond Pringle jumper, lowest cords, Adidas trainers and a proper wedge haircut. Layered. Not that stupid fucking mushroom style like the Scousers used to have. This geezer was the absolute bollocks. And he knew it. I didn't know he was a face until later. The face, really. But straight away I knew I wanted to be like that. And by the time I was 15, I was. A casual. A fully paid up member of the Saturday scene. Fucking great days they were. Of course, being a school, we had no money. So if we wanted something, we had to nick it. Looking back on it, we took some right liberties, but at the time, well, we felt untouchable. But that was part of it, see? The thieving. I mean, we'd be wearing a £50 jumper. If it got fucked up or ripped in a row, we'd just shoot up west and have something else away. Me and my mate Snowy used to bunk off and fucking hammer Harrods. Feeler, Lyland Scott, Ticini, Farrah, Lacoste. We weren't fussy. See, I reckon that's been the biggest change, you know. You know, I mean, back in the 80s, we respected lads for their gear. Not just because it looked good, but because we knew a bit of effort went into getting it. Now, I just stick a Stone Island jumper and a Prada cap and a Barclay card, and all of a sudden they think they're fucking Supermen. It's bollocks. The thing is, it's not what you wear, it's how you wear it. You can't buy that. It's up here. You've got to learn it. That's why all these silly fuckers have ended up looking the same. It's because gear ain't a statement for them. It's a fucking uniform. What is it the papers call them? Oh, yeah, the Burberry Brigade. How sad is that? I mean, you think the press is shit now. You should have seen it back then. I remember this one article. I'll never forget it. This wanker said we were rebelling against Thatcher's Britain. What a load of bollocks. We were too busy looking at nuts and doing the business to be rebelling against anything. Anyway, we were Thatcher's fucking Britain. Some other prick said we were fighting to win our game back from the middle classes. Fucking amazing. I mean, we laughed about it. It added to the buzz. It was like we were this big mystery, yeah? See, where I went wrong was thinking it was about rowing. There's more to it than that. It's about belonging. It was about friendship. It was about being part of something. Something that could explode like that whenever we wanted. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying we were some kind of super firm who ruled the scene and never got done, because we weren't. We've been turned over plenty of times. Everyone has. Anyone says they've never been run is full of shit. It don't matter who you are. There's always a bigger and better firm, always. But what we were the centre of our worlds. All we gave a shit about was our manor, our clothes, and our mates. Everything else was too bollocks. Truth is, I trust any of my mates I go football with more than I trust my own brother, and that's a fact. Don't panic, I'm not going to go into all that second family diamond geezer bollocks. But you take my mate Snowy. I grew up with a fella, he was best man at my wedding. He's a proper mate. That's why I get pissed off when you hear these pricks on the telly, saying just because you're rare at football must mean you're some kind of mindless thug. Snowy's a maths teacher, for fuck's sake. My other mate, Danny, he's big in computers, and Nicky, that fucker, he employs 15 people and turned over £1 million last year. And me? I'm a trader. I'd do all right for myself. I'm not saying everyone's clued up. There's some right dopey bastards about. But most of my lot are pretty switched on. Do you know what? Sometimes I wonder why we still do it. I mean, you get Nick running with a mob these days, it's game over, so it's a massive risk. It's one of them things we never talk about, see? I don't know what the rest of my mates think. To be honest, I don't want to know. Me, I've been doing it so long I can't imagine not doing it. And the buzz you get, and it starts the minute you put your gear on. Suddenly, you're not 35 with 2 kids and a mortgage. You're 18 and life's a breeze, and when it's about to kick off, no drug I've ever done compares to it. And it don't cost you nothing. Why would anyone want to give that up? Then there's the big games, where the hatred takes over from the buzz. We got a few of them. Most of the London ones, obviously. But we got a bit of a thing going with a few northern clubs. Leeds, Bolton, Stoke. Of course, there's Cardiff. Fucking mental they are. We've even had a few battles with some job firms over the years. Forget all that Tartan Army bollocks. But the worst are the bastard Brummies. Now, I don't like northerners at the best of times. Fucking pie-eating monkeys, a lot of them. But them slags, they're a fucking nightmare. I don't really know how it all got started with them. But I've never been to their place when it ain't kicked off. Fair play, though, they will show about ours. Not like some of the mugs you get.
Shut up! Oi, fucking wait. Where are you? Where the fuck are you, mum? All right, yeah, do a left. Wait, step.
Last season, well, that was something else. When the fixtures come out, we thought, fuck it. If we're going to have one decent straightener this year, it might as well be with the Brummies. So we start talking about setting something up. All bollocks, of course. I mean, all this shit you hear about organised hooliganism, it's a myth. Hardly ever happens these days. It's disorganised hooliganism. You know, when two mobs bump into each other, that kind of thing. That's all you ever get now. Old Bill see to that. Don't stop you trying, though, does it? Anyway, a few days before they're supposed to come down, I'm sitting in my office and I log on to their lad's message board. Luckily, I cracked onto someone who actually knew the score and not some 12-year-old messing about. Well, he was up for the idea of a bit of dancing, so we started putting something together. Nothing fancy, just a different pub 2 stops down the line and a bit of a diversion to throw the old Bill off. Of course, I'm doing all this, but deep down I kind of think I'm pissing in the wind. I mean, I'm always doing stuff like that, but either they don't show up or the field put a block on it. It's part of the game, do you know what I mean?
Dave, where are they? Shut the fuck up. You got to play. Keep getting it. Dave, you talk to me. Yes, mate. Boys, get fucking switched on here. Come on. Slow down. Fucking hell, Jim, it's full.
But this time it was different. I mean, them bastard Brummies had us right over. I mean, I agreed 20 heads and no weapons. So what did they do? They turned up with 40, didn't they? All tooled up to fuck.
Oi, stand! Oi! Stand! Don't start fucking off!
Anyway, there we were, on our own manor, outnumbered 2 to 1, and not a cosser in sight. Now that's what you call a fucking buzz. Imagine winning the lottery and finding out you've lost your ticket, then being told your 13-year-old daughter's been knocked up half hour before your team are about to play in a cup final. Now, condense that into a single second, times it by 20, and you won't even be close to what the fuck we were feeling. But that's when you find out how much bottle you've really got, and who you can really trust. What a bunch of cunts, eh?